Hello, everyone. This is my first live. Welcome to my first live. I've just opened up. Everything. Let's see what we got going on. I'm also going to try flipping the camera sideways real quick and see how that does for my video. Everything. Let's see what we got going on. I'm also going to try flipping the camera sideways real quick and see how that does for my video. Everything. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to try flipping the camera sideways real quick and see how that does for my video. Everything. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, never mind. Just gonna try flipping the camera sideways real quick and see how that does for my video. Everything. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, never mind. Just gonna try flipping the camera sideways real quick and see how that does for my video. Everything. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, never mind. Just gonna try flipping the camera sideways real quick and see how that does for my video. Hey Elizabeth, how you doing? Welcome to my first stream. Welcome, John. Let me fix my camera, center me up a little bit. It's kind of pointed down a little bit more. Hey Crumbles, welcome to my first. I brought out some DVDs from my collection. Got some moldies but goodies, including some I told Fears about. I've mentioned in the chat. Now this I mentioned in Fears Man and Fears Vlog that he didn't even know about. The Return of the Cape Crusader. It's a, let me tilt this. It's got a little bit of glare on it. It's animated Batman, the Cape Crusader, and the sequel, Batman versus Two-Face, where Two-Face is actually played by William Shatner, which is actually really cool. And it stars the voices of Adam West and Burt Ward.
Access granted.
And Julie Newmar. And the first one actually has the voices of as many of the original actors from the original TV series as they could get. They're really good watches. These were the last two movies that Adam West did before he passed away. So if you ever get a chance to watch these, I highly encourage. They are a good watch. What, of the two movies? They're both good. At the end of them, they actually do bat dances. Each character does their own version of it, including Catwoman, Alfred, Robin, and Batman do their own versions of their dances. It's really hilarious to watch them. Hey, Nancy, welcome. Hey, Visions, welcome. And Franco, I haven't seen you before. Welcome to my first thing. Now, the next one I'm doing, I've actually met this man in person. He wrote and starred in this. It's actually a rock opera. Let me go and take my glasses off because there's glare coming off of my glasses. I can notice that in the vid. He actually performed this on stage in California and was seen by the future producer of Saw. It's Repo, the Genetic Opera. And the writer and actor is Terrence LaDunich. And I actually got this autograph by Terrence LaDunich at a convention called Zonacon. They only had one of them. And the guy, he's tall, he's nice. Terrence played the character Grave Robber in the movie. He sings the part. It's a music rock opera. Paris Hilton actually is in the movie. And she plays a character that is addicted to transplant surgeries, to facelifts, trying to be beautiful and everything. The whole premise behind this is it takes place in the near future where a disease ravishes everybody. In the not-so-distant future, a worldwide epidemic of organ failures devastates the planet. Out of the tragedy, a savior emerges. Genco, a biotech company that offers organ transplants for a price. Those who miss their payments are scheduled for repossession and hunted by the Repo Men. This is the story of one of the Repo Men who, if you miss your payments, the Repo Man comes to repossess the organs. It is a very interesting rock opera. It's technically a horror rock opera. Oh, welcome, Bukaki. Now, an old TV show I used to watch when I was a kid with Bob Denver, Gilligan himself, Far Out Space Nuts. All about two janitors who accidentally launch themselves into space. And they're trying to get themselves back home. It is hilarious. It only lasted for about 2 seasons. It was produced by Sid and Monty Croft. These guys were crazy. Sid and Monty Croft. They put out a whole bunch of stuff. From Far Out Space Nuts, The Lost Saucer, Land of the Lost, you name it, they did it. H.R. Puffin stuff, Lidsville. They had the Croft Super Show. Land of the Lost, they tried twice after the original to get it relaunched with another stack of another revamp where another family got stranded in the Land of the Lost, but instead of a raft, they ended up driving into the Land of the Lost and living in a treehouse. And then Will Ferrell did his movie, The Land of the Lost. Yes, James.
Huh?
What do you need?
Oh, just looking at the chat.
Oh, why don't you do it on your phone?
And my friend is still calling me.
What's he trying to call you? Oh, if you guys ever want a movie for just plain fun, mindless fun, where you don't want to watch horror, you don't want to watch action, you just want something completely mindless to take your mind off anything, I have the movie for you. Starring Ringo Starr, Avery.
Henry song calling.
Don't worry about that person. But Avery, let's see here. You got Ringo Starr, Barbara Bach, Dennis Quaid, Shelley Long, Avery Shriver. It's Caveman. This is hilarious. This is one of Dennis Quaid's early movies. And the only person in the entire movie that speaks a lick of English is the Asian actor. All through the movie, you've got cave speak. You go from everyone hunched over to the first person standing up to the discovery of fire. Yes, you do have dinosaurs in this movie. To the first jam session. It is a hoot. I highly recommend this. In a grading score, I would actually give it an 8 out of 10 or higher. Depends on your taste. It is hilarious. And like I said, if you are just in the mood of something you just want to laugh at, it's worth the watch. Another movie that is hilarious, if you ever watched any of the old Rocky and Bullwinkle movies or seen any of the new Rocky and Bullwinkle movies, you know these two characters. Not many people know that they actually had a movie dedicated to them. Boris and Natasha, starring Dave Thomas and the ever glamorous Sally Kellerman. And what's nice about this movie, the voice actress who did Natasha Fatale in the original Rocky and Bullwinkle movie makes a cameo in it with her actual voice. You have to listen carefully, but you do hear her. And you do have Fearless Leader in there. And at the beginning of the movie, you will see another very famous actor from TV's television, as well as some old B movies, as a famous villain character, Sid Haig. He's in it as well. And basically in the traditional frame of mind of Spies Like Us, you've got the same type of campiness that you would expect from a Rocky and Bullwinkle movie. Boris with his fascination with dynamite, their costumes, their cockamamie plans. This is definitely a hilarious movie if you ever get a chance to see this movie. And it is actually available to watch on Tubi TV. A lot of these older movies, if you go on Tubi, are available to find on Tubi TV. Let's see what we got. Now, Fears has touched on this batch of movies known as Trancers. This one here is Trancers 6 with Tim Thomerson, Jack Death. Tim Thomerson had a earlier television show on TV that lasted only a few episodes called Quark, where he played technically a dual character called Gene, a transmute. He had equal chromosomes of both male and female. He would flip between male and female characteristics and talk in both forms. He'd be both female at one point and then male in the other. It goes from both genders at that time. The crew would be basically Betty and Betty, two clones, but one was real, one was the clone, and they didn't know which was which. Sort of like in Invincible, where you had the Mahler twins. They didn't know which one was which. But it was hilarious. The captain was Richard Benjamin, who also starred in Transylvania 6-5000, as well as Richard Benjamin was also in another movie, Saturday the 14th, which was a spoof on all types of horror movies, along with Transylvania 6-5000. Richard Benjamin is actually a comedic actor as well. But Trancers is a really good movie. It's about a gentleman who can turn people basically into zombie type characters, or they call them, and the people that are able to be turned, they're referred to as squids or squids. And
Hey, Dad.
Yes, James.
You got a question from Boo Khaki.
Okay, Boo, what's the question?
David, have you seen...
Oh, Doll Man. Yes, Tim Thomerson plays Doll Man as well. And they also bring him back in another movie called Doll Man versus Demonic Toys. They also put him into another movie, Doll Man, and he teams him up with a girl from Bad Channels. That he ends up rescuing a girl from Bad Channels in that movie. I love the Full Moon production movies. When I was in the Navy, I discovered the Full Moon Productions. That's where one of my other favorite movies that I managed to meet the lead actor of this movie, which I told Fears about, and got the lead actor to sign the cover of this DVD, Dr. Mordred himself, Jeffrey Combs, the Reanimator himself. Yeah, Jeffrey Combs was in Reanimator, From Beyond, and a lot of other Lovecraftian movies. Jeffrey Combs has played a lot of Lovecraftian movies, as well as quite a few Star Trek-based characters, such as Strand from Enterprise, Wei Yun from Deep Space Nine as a Vorta. He has a major range of characters. He's also played a character in quite a few animated movies and shows as well. He has a very unique voice that you can really hear. He's in a movie called Howard Lovecraft and the Frozen Kingdom. There's 3 of those movies, Howard Lovecraft movies. Howard Lovecraft and the Lost Kingdom, Howard Lovecraft and the Frozen Kingdom. Those are really good watches as well. They are a 3D computer generated movie, but they're actually enjoyable watches. I like finding some off the wall movies. I'm not offended by semi poor quality or poor quality CGIs because it makes it fun to watch this stuff. And I go looking for some of the off the wall stuff because you never know what you're going to find what gems are actually out there, because some of this stuff is going to be quite good. That's right, Pixel. Some of the tacky and cheesy stuff.
You said Pixon.
I said Pixel.
Oh, okay.
James.
From
Man,
my,
he hears differently, doesn't he?
Where I'm sitting I heard Pixon.
Now, another one of my favorites, the unofficial Star Trek movie. Never give up. Never surrender. I met 3 of the actors at Ancient City Con. Oh, cool. Bukaki. I love the Puppet Master series. Atomic Horror, they've got the Full Moon Monster blind boxes. I've got Leech Woman and Oopsie. Yeah, go ahead, James. Please grab me those 2. I've got those 2 so far. I'm hoping to get Blade and Torch out of the next ones I buy. They're $14 there at Atomic Horror. If you get a chance, I definitely suggest you get those guys, because you never know what you're going to get out of those blind boxes. James is going to run to get the 2 characters I already got. The details on these things are really good. But in Galaxy Quest, Tommy Weber, the pilot, he also stars in NCIS New Orleans. He's the gentleman that's in the wheelchair. He actually had an accident, and he's actually in the wheelchair. But I am glad that he actually was able to continue his...
You mind if I hop on the camera real quick?
But I'm glad he actually continued on his acting career. Now, 2 of the aliens
Lantern.
was there.
Lanterns.
Hey, Lantern. I see you just popped in as well. The one that was the alien fanboy for Alan Rickman. And he was also in Men in Black. I got a chance to talk with him. I had him as well as the guy that assisted Tech Sergeant Chen. All 3 of those were there. He was and the one that assisted Tech Sergeant Chen, he was also the quote-unquote SHIELD agent who recruited Ryan Reynolds to become Deadpool. Oh, yeah.
You mind if
I got all 3 of their autographs on the cover, because I like getting the autographs on the covers of the movies that they're in. Oh, by the way, say hi, oopsie baby. Yep, there's the demonic toy. And here's Leech Woman. These have some really nice detail.
do you mind if I pop into camera?
And James wants to pop in and say hi to everybody.
Hey, chat.
Here, let me turn on the gimbal here. So this thing might move a little bit for a second while it focuses on the face, because this is a face tracking gimbal.
Howdy, France. 2 cool dudes. Yep, Visions.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. This thing should start tracking here in just a second. Oh, there it goes. It just focused in on James.
Hello, chat. Oh.
Yeah, well, it's focusing on, it's looking for faces. Like
Right.
I said. It also it looks for hand signals.
Yeah.
Since I just turned it on. Yep. Unfortunately, there's a bit of glare on the stuff behind that happens when I do that. Okay, I know what it is. It's this light that's coming back over here. Quit looking at the window. There we go. Yeah, you can see took a whole bunch of stuff off the shelf because I'm redoing my shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the Harley Quinn mask behind me. A lot of the stuff got moved to the my back room while I'm redoing my shelving because I got a new shelving system that puts one bar up at the top, and I can put different shelves bars down to make it more level. And no, watch him. Do not let him up here. He has a bad habit.
He just put his butt in my, or he just put his face in my butt.
Well, that's a cat for you.
Fair.
Now, I also have some of the old cartoon DVDs. Too close to the gimbal.
Ooh. Do you want me to grab the Schoolhouse Rock DVD set?
No.
No.
And that one is Visionaries. And I remember this one when it first came out. This was during the time when basically every cartoon that came out was an ad. And they would have the toys ready to go at the same time the cartoon was being made. And the music for this one was Visionaries, Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light.
And my
Visionaries, Visionaries with magical powers they fight.
And my dad showed me this when I was a lot younger.
It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the chest of the toys was the new fad of the time, holograms. And even the vehicles had holograms. So it was like, cool, cool, cool. When we did the music thing with Lantern and Twin, I brought up
Adam.
Hey, Adam, welcome.
Hey, Adam.
I brought up Inhumanoids. That was another cartoon. That was an ad with Metlar, Tendril, Decompose, which was done by the voice of Cobra and Starscream.
Yeah.
With the good Inhumanoids, the Granites, the Redwoods, and let's see here, Magnacore. Magnacore. Basically, they were dual power. Basically, had positive and negative, and with that would combine, and they could separate to positive and negative to help trap Metlar.
So sort of kind of like the Wonder Twins, or different?
Sort of kind of like Red and Blue Superman. Basically, when Superman split into two separate characters. And that's why that thing was moving badly.
Oh.
My cord for the phone, so I didn't run out of power. Let me get my box, James.
Oh.
And take him somewhere safe.
Yeah, I'll take him
to my equipment.
He's trying to squirm out of my head. He's trying to squirm out of my hands.
Well, get him someplace safe so I can protect the stream. Let's see. Now, one of the other coolest things I was able to do at that same convention that I met the guys from Yalsky Quest, I managed to meet one of the guys from an old TV show that used to show up on TV from Fraggle Rock. The guy played Wembley, and he autographed the art book that came with this DVD set. This DVD set, 3-disc, this 3-box DVD set, believe it or not, I found years and years ago, believe it or not, in a thrift store, in a bag. I went through the thrift store, looked up on the shelf, and was like, oh crud. Grab, boom, to the front. I went through, opened it up, and it was like, oh my. It had the books, and it was like, I showed him, and we went through every season of it, and he was like, oh my goodness.
Adam said that's awesome, and Nancy says that is cool.
Oh, tell me about it. The guy, when I showed him the book, he was like, he took pictures of the book because he didn't know those drawings it still existed. Now, one movie that I don't think Fears has ever seen yet, which I think was a really cool one. The Vampire's Assistant. It's a Universal movie. I got this at Blockbuster many years ago, where I basically, welcome to Cirque du Freak, a traveling sideshow filled with magical creatures, misunderstood freaks, and the mysterious vampire Larton Creepsley. John C. Riley. Brought to the dark, unpredictable world of the Cirque, 16-year-old Darren Chris Mazzigole decides to trade in his ordinary life for a chance to become an immortal vampire. You might recognize the actor from the sequel to Jumanji, Zathura. He's also been in a few other movies. But he was a very young actor at the time.
Nancy said, like Renfield?
Basically, no, he actually became a vampire eventually, but it's sort of like the Sorcerer Apprentice type thing, but with a vampire. It's also a little bit like Something Wicked This Way Comes, of a form which Disney actually did, which is kind of interesting.
Headphones are on.
Oh, yeah. Now, one movie I have liked, or series I have actually liked, this is the original Lemony Snicket's with Jim Carrey, which he did a pretty good job in. But to be honest with you, I actually like the Neil Patrick Harris one a little bit better because it's more of a series.
Jucifer wants to see me on camera again.
And the Neil Patrick Harris one I like better because they're doing a lot more. They made it more of a series. And okay, so someone wants to see James, huh?
Hi. Oh, this is very unfortunate.
Yep.
I need to get my shoes on.
Why don't you call her?
Oh, yeah.
Well, considering, I am getting, in about 2 months, I will be turning 60. And as a kid, all I had to do was watch over-the-air TV growing up. Then when I moved to Orlando, I had access to cable for the first time. So I was able to watch Spider-Man TV, the animated stuff, and got introduced to Speed Racer, Space Giants, Ultraman, and Fears mentioned Ultraman today. And over in Daytona Beach when I was a kid, we had the Channel 9 Dialing for Dollars movie. And guess what some of the movies were? The Godzilla movies.
at JoJo's. I'm gonna go down to when JoJo's to
the closest Gundam show I watched in the Navy was on my first ship back in technically 84, when we would get off at work at technically 3:30 from our workday on the anchorage. We would, tell you the truth, would run up the ladders, which is what the stairs were called, to the berthing compartment. And I was a boiler technician, so we were down at the bottom of the ship. And to watch Macross, followed by Thundercats, ho! So yeah, we used to watch Macross, which was Robotech. And it was really cool. But yeah, Ultraman, Ito, and such. So I got hooked on Ultraman. You got hooked on the Godzilla. So Kaiju and Jaegers were my big things growing up. Visions. What, James?
Oh yeah. Axton's on his way to take a shower.
That's okay.
And I'm also going to be getting JoJo's laundry.
Okay. Now, as far as behind the camera, believe it or not, I have actually, on my second ship, I've actually been part of a TV movie before. The first, I'm actually in the TV War and Remembrance. Yeah, we do the movies. When I was growing up, I've actually lived all over Central Florida, from Flagler Beach to Palaca, Daytona Beach, Port Orange area. I was actually born over in Holly Hill, Florida. And if you wonder where Holly Hill is, if you go between Daytona Beach and Ormond Beach and blink, you went through Holly Hill. That's how I tell people. Yep. War and Remembrance was a TV movie miniseries, basically. Barry Bostwick, Mitchum was basically the captain. If you ever watch it, look carefully when they show the Japanese aircraft carrier. Look really carefully at some of the Japanese soldiers. Quite a few of them are women. Because they would take all the women, put them in Japanese soldier uniforms to fill out the crew. But it was still the Lexington doubling as a Japanese aircraft carrier. And we bought on both Zeros and World War II aircraft on board the ship. Some of the filming was done in port, but a lot of it was done out at sea there in the Gulf of Mexico. I had a lot of fun playing an extra on board the deck. I was in two different locations doing the deck. One of them was a gunner, and the other one was man in a hose as the plane was getting ready to launch, going down the elevator on the flight deck. And I actually got paid an extra $10 to shave off my mustache and beard. I got paid $85 for a day of shooting that day. Hey, easy work. That's here. Thank you, Adam. Super Nintendo game. Yep. Thank you, Visions. That's here. Yeah, we do. We went and saw the Jurassic Park movie. I actually enjoyed that movie because I go with no preconceived misconceptions about the movies when I go and see them, especially if they're part of a series. Hey, I've gone swimming in rivers and lakes around here with alligators and such. I go to Kelly Rock Springs. There's alligators there. Wekiva Springs, they've got a chain link fence at the entrance going into the springs to keep the gators out. Right behind me, we get gators in there from time to time. We've got a big pond over here that has a huge, that we get gators in from time to time, that they've just drained, lowered the bottom of it about 15, 20 feet to make it able to hold more water. And they put in 3 new water pumps because during Hurricane Ian, we did end up, it came up about 8 feet of water and ended up flooding where we live. I took about a foot of water into my home. It cost me some money to do our home here. It took me about, I was out of the home for about 7 months, got back in. I'm still unpacking stuff, putting stuff back together gradually. That's why I'm constantly redoing stuff. It's a work in progress, but hey, when I got out of the Navy, one of the first things, I stayed up in Pensacola for a short while. Believe it or not, I got a job putting together bed frames. I like doing things with my hands. After a few months up there in Pensacola, I came back to Orlando, and I got a job as a carpenter. And then I went to work for Orange County Schools, working as a carpenter, building, you know, those square portable classrooms that have those stripes around the top? I built those classrooms with a crew, and we're putting out 3 a week during the winter months and 5 a week during the summer months to help build the schools around Orange County. And the reason why we're doing 5 a week during the summer was to get the schools built quickly. And it was really quick to do the schools, building them that way, because if you build those classrooms, all they have to do is go out and build the 4 core buildings: the office, the library, the music room, and the art room, or actually the cafeteria, the music, art, and the cafeteria. So you've got those 4 core buildings, and then they build the walkways. Then all they have to do is put those portables in, hook them up to power, water, because each of the classrooms has their own built-in bathroom. While we were working there, some kids broke into a couple of the buildings out of one of the schools, vandalized one, torched one. All we had to do is send out the flatbed truck out to the schools. They jacked them up, backed the trailer underneath, pulled it out, put another classroom in. So as soon as that one hit the blocks, pulled the other one out. That one came back to where we were at, put onto a pad. They were rehooking up the other one, and within a couple of days, they had class back in. The other one we completely repaired, sent it back out to another school. The one that caught fire, that one took a little bit longer to repair, but it went back out to another school. That fast to turn around. That was the whole key thing about everything. Let's see. Actually, at the time, no, I did not have insurance, but FEMA actually did help quite a bit. To be honest with you, they're Nancy, and I did me, and believe it or not, a gentleman that I had join me. Hey, welcome, Fears. Because of my carpentry background, me and a gentleman I hired to help me out, he had a helper, and turns out the helper he brought, without realizing it, was Tina's uncle through marriage, that we didn't even realize until about a week or two in. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm her Uncle Danny. And we kept it going for a couple of days, and it was like, hey, Tina, take your uncle a Pepsi. And she's like, what? Yeah, your Uncle Danny, take him a Pepsi. And she just about freaked out. She's like, oh my God. And she's like, oh my God, it's my uncle. Oh my God. Because he was married to her Aunt Tina, who passed away when they were married together. And it was like, it was great. And it was like without realizing, and it goes back to the whole 6 degrees of separation, because everyone is technically connected by 6 degrees of separation. It's a possibility that me and John Fears may have met once before at other conventions or toy cons, and we probably bumped into each other without even realizing it before. Because I've been going at probably the Avanti, where I met other people. One of the other things I brought out is my handbook of collections of autographs and posters I've collected that I wanted to show you guys real quick. I've got, let's see, one of the things I really love here, which is in my Facebook and such. I autographed photo from Gigi Egley from Farscape. She wrote on here, hey David, you rock my Frelin universe. Big love, from Gigi Egley. She played one of the aliens on Farscape.
I'm back.
Her website is ggiegley.com. I commented that the way you moved in the series, you moved like a gymnast. And she admitted that she was a gymnast and she loved doing the wire work in the series. She wanted to be in that wire harness. When she did her own stunt work, technically, if it dealt with the wire harness, she wanted to be in it. And this gentleman, Spencer Wildley, has been in a lot of movies and TV series, from Doctor Who to the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds to Wolfman, Game of Thrones, to Guardians of the Galaxy and Harry Potter. This is all the different characters he has done, including Frankenstein. Those are his characters he has done. I got his autograph because he was set up with Gigi Egley. Now, this is one of the artists I ran into at one of the toy cons where Brutus the Barber Beefcake was at. Pat Broderick. Check out that artwork. The Creature Commandos.
Here's that awesome stream, buddy.
Now, how is that for some artwork? If I see the artwork, I will get it. Now, one of my favorites pieces of artwork that I had to get. Let's see if I got it with me in here. It should be in this thing. Oh, wait a minute. It's in the bag, ain't it? I got a bag with all this stuff, right? Oh, yeah. This gentleman here he signs his stuff J-Dub. But let me pull out.
Dad, do you mind if Axton pops into the stream?
Hold on a second.